with the low interest rate. Now, there's a lot of debate, and different economists have different views about future direction of interest rate. The other day, JP Morgan's Jamie Dimon, Morgan Stanley's James Corbin all say that it is highly unlikely that United States sees zero interest rate. Unlike Europe, EU, or even Japan, the US economic environment will not be conducive to very low, super low interest rate in the coming month or year. So it's not likely to have inflation in the economy. Would you have some comment on this? Shall I?
Well,
push you a little bit to the micro side?
am I on? Can you hear me? Well, you have the right hit. You know, if you need an electrician in your house, and I'm a plumber, probably as a plumber, I know more about electrical problems in your house than most random people you find on the street. My recommendation, though, is to call an electrician. Now, among economists and those who win the Nobel Prize, I remind you the Nobel Prize is not the Renaissance man or woman. It's for a very specific accomplishment. And about that accomplishment, I would think it's fair to say that they know what they're doing. But that doesn't mean and they probably know about economists, probably know more economics than a random person, even many random people. But like my example of the electrician, so I am not a forecaster of interest rates. I am not a macroeconomist. So if you want those, whether it's through Jamie Dimon, and who has macroeconomists, or directly, my recommendation is listen to them, not to me, because you have better information from that than you'll get from me, and I don't want to waste your time this morning. I will make some observations, though, that are typical of finance economists. We rarely are interested in the point estimate of what we expect to happen and what's most likely to happen. You ask a macroeconomist once, says growth will be 3.1. And I said, no, it's going to be 2.9. No, it's going to be 3.3. Now, maybe those are a little different. The financial economists in the world that we live in, there's so much uncertainty that the one point that may be the most likely one is not a particularly interesting number. It's a useful number, but not interesting. We answer questions what can happen, not what we expect to happen, because the unexpected almost always does happen in a world of uncertainty, of which we live, in which finance lives, and which interest rates environment. There's probably no one in this room, and I'm not faulting you, who can give a good forecast of what real rates will be next year with any degree of high accuracy. That's life. So what I say to you, the questions you want to ask of someone like me is, what can happen? And more importantly, given what can happen, what should we be thinking about in terms of strategies to be prepared if they do happen? My opening remarks were, if someone says, my gosh, our strategy doesn't work in a low interest rate world, and I was somewhat critical and said, well, then you didn't have a strategy. You may not have expected lower interest rates, but you certainly should have known that they could. And so my first message is, think about how you are going to manage and deal with your investments and your companies in a low interest rate environment, because they could be low. I remind you, everybody knew that when quantitative easing stopped in the United States, interest rates are going to zoom up, right? Everybody said, because the Fed stopped buying, it's got to be, right? Got to be. What happened? A year later, the 10-year was 100 basis points below, 1% lower than when they stopped. What's the point? The point is, there's a huge amount of uncertainty, and that is my recommendation that you focus on. How do you position yourselves to do it? If you don't want to take that interest rate risk, there are ways to hedge it. There's ways to insure it. Those are actions you can take. But just forecasting, getting for free, somehow the dream that I know where interest rates are going to be better, therefore I don't have to buy insurance or otherwise manage risk or deal with it, I think, with all respect, is not a very practical or realistic experience. So that's where I am. I'm saying
Thank you.
do something about it.
Thank you. That's exactly what I would expect